Let's talk about Bollywood's HAQ, shall we? The story and screenplay written by Rishu Nath, directed by Suparn Varma, and co-produced by Harman Bhavaya, Rohina Bhavaya, and a host of others. This emotionally charged Hindi legal drama, which was hitherto released to cinemas in November 2025, is now currently available for streaming on Netflix, with a runtime of 2 hours 14 minutes. Synopsis: after Abbas Khan, portrayed by Imran Hashmi, marries another wife without the consent of his first wife Shazia Bano, depicted by Yami Gautam, feeling betrayed, deceived and relegated, she becomes a shadow of herself. Consequent upon her reaction, Abbas would resent her even more, neglect her, and stop child support for her and her 3 children. Frustrated and infuriated, when all efforts at requests and pleas for a monthly child maintenance support of 400 rupees from Abbas proved futile or abortive, Bano would go to the ends of the earth to seek justice and fight for her rights as legal battle ensues. My take: firstly, I'd like to take a moment to scream as I pay homage to Bano's dad. What a father! I saw my own dad in him. The calmness, the support and firmness, the unreserved love. Oh, this movie has successfully made it to the top of the list of movies that made me cry. I sobbed. I wailed till my chest started to hurt. Listen, never have I ever been this enraged at an antagonistic character in a movie the way I was with Abbas Khan. Dude would rather go to court, defend some crazy ideology, and feed his patriarchal ego than pay a mere 400 rupees for child support. Your own children. Pooh. I mean, who does that? See, this movie hit close to home. I know of someone dear to my heart who's currently experiencing something similar, though not exactly but close enough. If you do not love a woman anymore, why don't you just tell her, end things amicably and move on with your life? Why put someone's daughter through all that emotional stress and torture just to prove a sick, demented, and delusional point? As if childbearing in itself isn't tough enough on a woman. Look, I was pissed, I was livid, I was gutted whilst watching this film. It had me in all my emotions. At some point, I was yelling at my screen. At another, I was giving standing and clapping ovations. I cried, I wiped my tears, I consoled the protagonist, like she could hear me. In the scenes where she stood defending herself in court, I was murmuring to her, be strong, you can do this. Story plot: set between 1970s to 1980s, this harrowing, emotionally, deeply touching drama mirrors a real-life story that transpired in India during the time depicted. A story which shook the 4 walls of the legal system as regards women's rights following divorce according to Sharia law, and the talaq concept, as well as child support afterwards. The actors put up such a powerfully compelling performance, conveying all the emotions in their right dosage. Relatable and engaging. The dialogues are clever throughout. Can't help but give kudos to the writer for a job well done. Cinematography is brilliant and the camera angles are intentional. Though slow-paced, not all movies are meant to be fast. Some, like this one, requires you to take in every scene and digest them. Love the attention to details. The sound score and background soundtrack and music were equally as amazing as the costuming and makeup. Lessons 1. Abbas Khan underestimated Shazia Bano. He thought she was uneducated and so he could walk all over her. Oh, she proved him wrong. He didn't see it coming. 2. This movie, to me, isn't just about the personal law versus Muslim law battle. In my opinion, it's a human race fight. It's a clarion call for fairness on human rights in cases where the laws seem to favor men
more than women, especially regarding divorce and settlements. 3. I am a Christian, but I appreciate how Bano studied the Quran, understood it, and was able to use its content to defend herself both in court and outside the court. Overall, as a woman, learn to equip yourself with knowledge, read, study, and stay ahead. 4. The emotional, mental, or psychological backing of one's parents during marital tussles cannot be overemphasized. The support from her father, that was all Bano needed.
5. When you see kids resent their father, do not think that their mother brainwashed them in all cases. They're kids, not visually impaired. They see how you treat their mother. They feel it too. 6. Sometimes, the concubines may not be a terrible person. Abbas Khan's second wife proved this. 7. When fighting for a course, it may be difficult, but keep your focus and avoid distractions. Shazia Bano kept her gaze fixed on the prize. She showed resilience, determination, and the sheer force of a wounded, broken woman who refused to take a blow lying down. 8. Justice, though delayed, cannot be denied. My only two regrets in the movie are: 1. Much of the kids were not shown to us. Their struggles, their pains, their chats, their challenges, and how much the legal battle of their parents, which spanned across a decade, affected them. It was shown briefly at the graveside, but not sufficient. It was mum explained in court though. 2. Sometimes, some scenes were a little too melodramatic, but I think this tool helped pass most of the emotions on viewers as intended by the director. Conclusion: this movie was emotional, educational, deeply touching. All the actors gave a stellar performance. I can't express enough how much I love it. It made me cry a little too much. Maybe it's because I could relate 100%, but I loved the ending. An absolutely natural one. Highly recommend. Verdict will be 10 over 10. Have you seen this? What did you think? When I said behind every woman's pain, there is another woman behind it, you thought I was joking. This movie, HAQ, proves it clearly. Look closely and you'll see the woman behind Shazia Bono's pain, a boss mother. While at it, it took me back to another movie, true story, Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway.